What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We're here on the free-to-play account, The Road to Max Rank, and we are going to take a look at Berserk KO. Now, before we jump into the video, we're going to do our Dokkan event stuff and all that stuff in the background. I don't have her on my free-to-play account, but I do go over the units, right? So we're going to go over both her forms, so her Berserk form and her Super Saiyan 2 form, and then we're going to go over her banner unit Frost, right, as well in this video. Before we jump into the event, two things. One, I'm using a Representatives Universe 7. I think it makes total sense, right? Two, everything you see on the right-hand screen, all details and stuff like that, for Kale, both forms of Kale and Frost are coming from the Dokkan Wiki. I will have a link in the description to the Dokkan Wiki to both forms of Kale and Frost as well, so you can take a look at them, you know, at your own pace and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and jump right on. Let's just start this, right? And we'll have this running in the background as we go over the units and stuff like that. I apologize for like the sizing of things, but it is what it is, right? So all right, let's start with Berserk Kale, or Kale Berserk as her name implies, right? So her leader skill is Universe 6 or Transformation Boost, category key +3, all stats 170%, plus all stats 30% for characters who belong to the Universal Survival Saga or full power category. Look at me messing up words. Her passive is a Rampage that engulfs all attack and defense 160%, plus an additional attack and defense 60%, and a high chance of launching an additional super attack when performing a super attack. Reduces damage received by 20% when within the same turn with each super attack performed, up to 60%, plus an additional attack and defense 160%. And great chance of launching an additional super attack when there is another Universe 6 category ally attacking in the same turn. Her active skill transformation can be activated when there is an ally whose name includes Caulifla on the team, starting from the fourth turn from the start of battle. Dumb easy to get, right? Or another character, or after the character performs 6 or more super attacks in battle, once only. Her super attack effect is Gigantic Impact, greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. Her links are the Super Saiyan lineage, the Saiyan lineage, Berserker, Battlefield Diva, Prepare for Battle, Warriors of Universe 6, Tournament of Power, Fierce Battle. Her categories are Universal Survival Saga, Pure Saiyans, Pepe Gao, Super Saiyan 2, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Transformation Boost, Full Power, Miraculous Awakening, Rapid Growth, Bond of Friendship, Universe 6, and Exploding Rage. Her obvious, transformation is the same, right? Her partners, I'm showing the first 15 partners, which is very simple, right? It's any of the universe, any of the Universe 6 gals, right? She links up very well with. Her best linking partner is herself with 6 out of 7. Her second best, or I would say a tie, would be the Kale and Caulifla, the Tech Kale and Caulifla, right? So, and then obviously the LR Super Saiyan 2 duo, right? The HEL LR one is 5 out of 7, right? Which is very, very good. All right, let's move on to Super Saiyan 2 Kale. I'll go over the kits and how I would build Kale in towards the end, right? So, Super Saiyan 2 Kale, her leader skill remains the same. Her passive is Power Beyond All Limits. Defense 160% for 6 turns from the start of battle. 160%, 100% for 6 turns from the start of turn. There we go. Attack and defense 200% plus an additional 120%, and launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when performing a super attack. High chance to guard all attacks plus an additional attack and defense 60% for 3 turns after receiving an attack, plus an additional 160% defense, and guards all attacks when there is another Universe 6 category ally attacking in the same turn. Her super attack effect is Resist Blast, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to the enemy, and medium chance of performing a crit, which is very good. links are the Super Saiyan lineage. I keep saying the same thing. The Saiyan lineage, Super Saiyan, Battlefield Diva, Prepare for Battle, Warriors of Universe 6, Tournament of Power, and Fierce Battle. Categories remain the same. Transformation obviously remains the same. Her partners are here on screen. It's more or less the same group of characters, with a little bit towards the end with like Kaba and, you know, Blue Vegeta and stuff like that, and Berserk Kale herself, right? Because she links up exactly, she's the exact same named character, the Fizz Berserk Kale and the Kale Berserk, right? They're exactly the same. All right, so Frost, moving on to Frost. So Frost final form, his leader skill is category key +3, HP, attack, and defense 130%. His passive is Revenge F. Attack and defense 80% plus an additional attack and defense 160% when performing a super attack. Transformation boost category allies key +1 and attack and defense 30% plus an additional attack and defense and chance of performing a crit 10% for characters who also belong to the Universal Survival Saga category. Really good, right? That part of his passive is really good. Attacked enemies attack -20% for 2 turns and launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when there is another transformation boost category ally attacking in the same turn, plus an additional 160% attack when the target enemy is attack down status, defense down status, stunned, or the target's enemy's super attack is sealed. His super attack effect, his super attack is Chaos Beam. Effect is raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy. He has a unit super attack as well called Pact F, activated when there is an ally whose name includes Frieza's soldier excluded, attacking in the same turn. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes supreme damage, and guarantees seals super attack with a high chance of stunning the enemy. His links are Brutal Beatdown, Metamorphosis, Coward, Universe's Most Benevolent, Warriors of Universe 6, god damn, and Tournament of Power and Fierce Battle. His categories are Universal Survival Saga, Transformation Boost, and Universe 6. His best linking partner is himself, his STR counterpart, the buff, what's it called, Frost, with 7 out of 7 links. He links 7 out of 7 with him. And then there's obviously like a bunch of characters and stuff like that. He has, you know, Most Benevolent, Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Fierce Battle, stuff like that. So he's gonna link fine with some villain units. But for Universe 6 characters, it's really just himself and freaking Hit. But he links 3 out of 7 with Kale, which is fine, but it's the generic ones like, you know, Warriors Universe 6, Tournament of Power, and Fierce Battle, which is fine, but still, it's just those, right? He links up 3 out of 7 with most universe survival characters. All right, but that's pretty much it, though. That is Kale Berserk, Super Saiyan 2 Kale, and Frost final form. How would I build Kale? In my opinion, I'll show Super Saiyan 2 Kale, right? Because that's really the one that you want to focus for. As much as people would say, right, build for Kale Berserk, really, you're going to transform into Super Saiyan 2 Kale, right? And that's who you're going to be doing your end game damage, your final phases and stuff like that. But it correlates to both sides. So, obviously, I would steer clear away from crit at every turn. And the reason I say that is simply because, like, she already gives herself a medium chance to crit on super attack. So you don't need to give her crit. If you want to give her crit, you can. But I would advise against it, right? I would advise against it because she already gives herself, you know, a medium chance to crit. So you don't have to build her with crit at all. I would actually steer away from that. How I would personally build her would be a full dodge / full additional build for 2 reasons. One, you want to give her defensive capabilities in both her forms, more defensive capabilities in both her forms, more especially in her first form, because she doesn't get her damage reduction until she super attacks. And those additionals are not guaranteed to be super attacks, right? So you kind of want to give her more defensive qualities within, with either being a turn 1 unit or a slot 1, a slot 2, or even a slot 3 unit, right? You want to give her as much defensive capabilities as possible, so full dodge is not a bad way to go. The only negative to that full dodge build is when she transforms into Super Saiyan 2, she needs to get hit at least one time to activate that part of her passive, which is the 3-turn passive, right? So that's the only thing that's negative about running full dodge, is that part of her passive. You may not be able to activate, or you might miss like timing and stuff like that. But because she doesn't have an like innate dodging capabilities, she's an entirely like I'm taking damage character. That 30 dodge is more like a cherry on top kind of a defensive side of Kale, right? Not necessarily like her full kit revolves around that. But that 60% increase when she gets hit for 3 turns is very important. Is genuinely very important. That's where she's gonna get her crazy end game damage, right, and her lasting damage as well, right? So building her with full dodge for defensive capabilities for both forms is very good, and obviously the secondary one is additional, because additional is just really good on Kale because she wants to attack as much as possible, right? She needs to attack as much as possible, right? So you get more of that attack and defense. She does ridiculous amounts of damage, right? So building her with sub additional is very smart, right? You can build her with crit. I would advise not to, right? But building her with full additional is definitely... building her with full dodge is definitely the way to go. Now, the second side of that is just flipped, right? Full additional and sub dodge is another one you can build. Just to kind of build her offensive capabilities a little bit more, but still have a little bit of defensive capabilities for sure. Just in her back pocket, just more of the defensive side of her. Just because, why not? Dodge is always good, even if it's a little bit, because you never want to take attacks, and you never know when dodge is gonna proc and save your life when doing runs, right? So it's never a bad idea to have a little bit of dodge on your characters. Never a bad idea. But that is the second way. And if you just want complete offense dominance Kale, full additional and then sub crit. And that's how I would build. I would never build full crit, you know what I mean? Because she gives herself crit. But building her full additional and sub crit would be like her full damage side of things, right? It would just... That's when it's like, hey, she's always doing 11 million crits. 3 or 4 times she's always doing 11 million crits, right? So, in my opinion, how I would build Kale is dodge, full dodge, sub additional, right? And her second best one, in my opinion, would be full additional and sub dodge. That would be how I would build Berserk Kale, right? So, with that being said, guys, do appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. Let me know if you found this video informative. Let me know if you agree with my opinion for Berserk Kale, or do you disagree with me, or you think I'm stupid. Like, just let me know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below if you liked my little build, right? So, I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching to the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace! Take care.